Fit like a D, Dan Eamon here, and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2 on the Around the World in Time on the Liverpool-Manchester Railway map. It's a beautiful sunset. The sun is setting on Christmas, for today is Boxing Day, the day after Christmas Day, otherwise known as the day that everyone realises that all the presents they bought before Christmas are now severely reduced in price because of the Boxing Day sales, and that if you just waited a couple of more days you probably could have saved a fortune. Yay, good old Western civilization. But yeah, the sun is setting. I thought the sunset skybox would look pretty nice in the snow. Now, we did a drive-by in the previous episode, the Christmas Day one, where it was a normal, fresh winter's day. We're going to jump on board this train as it heads down, and we'll just have a little cruise down. We jumped on the train as it came back from Manchester. We'll jump on the train as it sort of goes along. So nothing entirely special about this episode. We're just going to sort of roll along nicely with the sunset in the background. It's a shame it's kind of facing the wrong way. I wish I'd known that prior to recording this. But yeah, so we're heading on our merry way down, and it should give like a different lighting / texture to everything. Now, there is obviously the nighttime, the dark night mod as well, which is really cool. I've actually tested that out and it looks absolutely amazing. We'll do that. We'll do a little look around the map with that mod installed later. And I'm so happy that I can't remember the modder's name. I think it's the same guy that made the Sunset mod, I think. But yeah, it's going to be pretty cool, and I'm looking forward to that. And today, no, I am going out today, but the next few days I'm going to continue to work on getting Liverpool built so we can sort of round off and finish up this map. Although it's proving difficult because I'm kind of stuck at where I want to go. But yeah, Boxing Day, Christmas is officially over for 2021. We are now heading towards 2022. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas with family, etc. I hope everyone got what they wanted, and maybe if you didn't, it's okay, because no one got me what I asked for either, so don't worry. But it's the thought that counts. A lot of fun gifts and stuff. So yeah, you don't always get what you want, unfortunately, especially when you grow older. So yeah, but it was still a lot of fun. I had a really nice day. I had a nice dinner. Met up with some. Well, I was with my family first, and then I was through at my girlfriend's with her family. And today I'm going out with my friends, so all is good. Good old Boxing Day. So yeah, Boxing Day traditionally was the day that Christmas presents were opened. I don't know why they changed it. Seems kind of weird, but hey ho. Wait, has this building moved? No. So yeah, the sunset mod. Yeah, it does. It looks really nice. It is a pity it's facing the other way. For some reason, I always thought it was like if you were heading south, it was on the left. I suppose we're technically heading east. Yeah, we're heading east. But yeah, so after this episode, the schedule will return to normal for a while. We'll be back on Train Life, sort of exploring the new areas of Europe that have been unlocked. We'll be continuing on with Jurassic Park. We'll be wrapping up City State 2 once the sort of Neptune City is finished. So that'll be all good. And then once that's done, I think I went to find like another game to add onto the channel, but I'm just not sure what entirely to do for the moment. I do really enjoy these little villages that I've made. They look pretty cool. I'm happy with them. I'm happy with the way that they turned out. But yeah, so there's going to be something new next year. Surviving Mars, obviously just finished. Great game, Surviving Mars. I can't really fault it. It does have its odd bugs here and there, but apart from that, it was a well-rounded and fairly well polished game. There was also a Merry Christmas message from the team at Urban Games. I saw it on the Steam Workshop. So I think they are going to be continuing work on Transport Fever 2, which is really awesome. So Transport Fever 1 had a fair run. It had a decent life cycle before Transport Fever 2 came on the go. So I think we'll have Transport Fever 2 for probably a couple of years down the line. I don't really know if there would be a Transport Fever 3. What more could you do to the game? The only thing I want changed, there's that tree again. The only thing I would change is, personally for me, now that I've started doing attempting to doing high detailing, is maybe fix the water physics, because right now water can only be placed at sea level, and it is massively frustrating. One of the weird things as well, I'm pretty sure they added the Christmas message on the Steam Workshop from Urban Games to everyone, and the picture on it was there was some sort of Swiss train. It kind of looked like a crocodile. It wasn't in green, it was in like this browny orangey colour, and they had the mountains in the background and the snow, and it was going past like an icy lake. But I'm pretty sure that was a screenshot from Transport Fever 1, I think. Unless it's been photoshopped to get the reflection. I've done many 4K tests on Transport Fever 2, and I've never seen reflections like that in water. And it kind of looked like there was an ice texture on the water, and I've not found any mod for that actually exists. So yeah, it was interesting. I'm pretty sure that it was a screenshot grab from Transport Fever 1. But hey ho, it still looked pretty cool. I think mainly I'm just kind of jealous because my snow map doesn't look as cool. Obviously the mountains in the background of that photograph were really nice as well, and my mountains just sort of suck. They really do, just like lumps and bumps on the horizon. But I will get better. So I think once I've done a couple of months of high detailing, I'll be able to do stuff a lot faster, and I'll sort of know, I'll have ideas in my head of what I need to do. There's the windmills though. There we go, there's the sunset. The sun looks oddly shaped. It looks like it's been squashed somewhat. So yeah, we are going to be continuing with Transport Fever 2. I'm really looking forward to progressing the series more. I know a lot of people were waiting for this. I was a bit alarmed the other day because YouTube wiped something like 50 subscribers. But I got an email saying that they were basically just like dead accounts, people who don't use their YouTube account anymore. If you don't use your YouTube account for a certain amount of time, it removes it, which is kind of weird. So, but hey ho, that's what the email said. So, because it was, when it first happened, I was like, oh my god, it was really alarming and kind of downheartening to see so many people leave in the space of a day, and then YouTube were like, nah, these accounts have not been used in about a year or something, so it just removes it. If I've had this happen before, it happens to everyone, but it was just kind of, because I was hoping to get up to 1,500 subs before the end of the year, and we were really close to that. It was actually at one point at 1,499 subscribers, and I was so happy that I was going to hit that 1,500 mark before New Year, and then YouTube did like a sort of a fresh wipe of removing dead YouTube accounts, and it plummeted way down, and it's still going down yet, so I don't know how far it will actually go. They did say that they'd be doing this until the end of the year. So if you are somebody that was subscribed and it removed you from it removed your subscription, you'll know why. It's the YouTube algorithm at its finest. But hey-ho, onwards and upwards. Next year is fast approaching. Hopefully it will be better than, this year and the year before, because they were pretty crap due to the Rona, etc. So yeah, I'm looking forward to continuing on. So up until New Year's Eve, I'll post the this line again. Everyone will be getting bored and fed up of just rolling around this section between Manchester and Newton Lee Willows. But I'll post this again, and we'll do it with the nighttime skybox, the new improved one. The first one was actually really good, but for some reason the moon in the background sometimes didn't load in and it was incredibly dark. I had that problem. I think a few other people had that problem as well. It was one of those things that either worked for you or it didn't. And it was incredibly dark, but the mod creator has remade it and now it sort of works for everyone, and it's fantastic. It's really good. I've always been one of those people who advocated for a day-night cycle in Transport Fever, but have it toggleable, so if you want to have a day-night cycle, it's entirely up to you. I remember there was a thread about it on Reddit, and someone had asked, why is there no weather in Transport Fever 2, and why is there no day-night cycle? And the poor person that wrote the thread just got ripped to absolute shreds. The replying comments were not very enlightening, and I felt kind of bad. And one of the comments was, why would you want it to be nighttime? Because you can't build at night. And it was like one of the most short-sighted, dumbest things I'd ever read. I was like, hundreds and hundreds of games, city builders, etc., have nighttime in them. Now, it's not totally pure darkness. You can build. If you're someone that can't play a game that has a nighttime cycle and you are unable to see the map and build in it, then A, you probably need to turn up the brightness in your TV, or go into the options and make the game a bit brighter, or B, you probably need to get your eyes checked, because I have never had any issue at all in any game that's got a night cycle of building. It's not how it's intended. The game just doesn't stop because it's nighttime, and it was one of the craziest things I've ever seen. And then someone was like, oh, why would you want weather? Why would you want snow and rain? It's not going to affect the gameplay. And it's like, who cares if it affects the gameplay? It makes the map look nice. Transport Fever standard maps, for me, have gone completely out the window, because you can get very bored of the same sort of textures just constantly being repeated over and over and over again. The green grass, the same trees, the same standard in-game AI buildings, etc. becomes repetitive really fast, and you want different things, like the medieval buildings on the right hand side there, that building, the church on the left, this station building on the left hand side, the little fountain that you can place right there. It all looks and adds stuff to make it look completely different from the standard game. And once you've sunk hundreds and hundreds of hours into a game, it does become boring and repetitive, and you need new stuff to sort of stimulate you and make you go, oh, this actually looks really nice. If this was a standard game of Transport Fever, were it not being high detailed, it would just be standard cities. There might be some trees here, and then you get past the trees, and it would just be open greenness for as far as the eye could see. So yeah, I'm really happy that the modders are doing stuff like that. The sunset mod looks absolutely fantastic. You can get some amazing screenshots with the sunset mod. The nighttime one that's just come out absolutely looks amazing. Adding a bit of rain and weather just makes it more fun. It changes it up. It makes it different. I'm still waiting for rain in Train Life, a railway simulator. The train has window wipers, but there is no rain. So I think that's coming later on down the line. They did say that there's another update 2. Is it update 2? Update 2 is on its way. They said it would hopefully be soon. It's adding like Czechoslovakia and stuff like that, so the Czech Republic even. And it's going to be, it looks really cool. They're adding a new train, which is a sort of Eastern Bloc train. I think it's maybe Polish or something. But yeah, it looks good. I was perusing on their on the Steam Workshop and checking out some of the patch notes that they did, some of the information on the update that is coming. So that looks really good. I'm looking forward to seeing how that game develops in its life cycle, and it's something I've taken a liking to pretty quickly. As for the new game that's going to be added next year, I've actually got no idea. I don't know. There's a few things I want to play. Obviously, the DLC that popped out for Surviving Mars right at the end of the life cycle of Surviving Mars, the Below and Beyond, gave me that reason to go, ooh, I can play this again. It's a game that I really enjoy. I can put on the channel. I did have it previously. I was doing a series on it, and then in that game I literally worked myself into a corner where it was just a never-ending cycle of self-destruction. So I had to stop that series. So I was really happy that I could play it again and showcase an entire season of Surviving Mars from start to finish, from barren wasteland to a rolling green metropolis and everything in between. It was awesome. So yeah, I don't know what to add next. I've got a few ideas. We'll just see. Next year is only a week away, so I've got a week to decide. I want to wrap up City State 2 as well. It's a really good game. I was wondering if City State 2 would be modded. I can't seem to find any mods for it. They're maybe not on Steam Workshop. They're perhaps maybe a Nexus mod or something, if there is. Because I think the first City State was, I think it was modded pretty heavily as well. So, but we'll keep an eye on that. We'll wrap up after Neptune, the Neptune region, and then we'll add another game. Because I always want to have sort of 3 or 4 games on the channel. So we'll have Train Life, we'll have the Transport Fever, which might be few and far between. Hopefully I'll be able to work on it a bit faster than I could previously. Transport Fever 2 will always have a place on this channel without any shadow of a doubt, until something newer or as good or better sort of comes out. This will always be one of my go-tos. It's a game that I really enjoy. I love any form of transportation vehicle in general. Maybe not ships. I think it's because I spent so long working on them, so I gained a real hatred for working on boats. Because the problem with boats are they serve a magnificent purpose. It's just they take a long time to serve that purpose because they're not particularly fast. You know, if someone told you for 500 quid you could go from London to Los Angeles on a plane and it would take, I don't know, 14 hours or something, whatever it is, and then someone told you for 500 quid you could go on a boat but it's going to take you like 4 weeks, man, 4 weeks sailing across the Atlantic. How would you even get through the Panama Canal? So you'd have to sail all the way south. Yeah, that would suck. But yeah, I love any form of transportation, so this game just is absolutely wonderful. And it's obviously a new age version of the good old OpenTTD, or even just the standard. Transport Tycoon was amazing. I remember playing it as a kid. It was fantastic, and this is obviously what we have nowadays, and it's just as good, if not better, especially with modding. Modding adds an absolute ton of replayability to a game, and more games should do that. There are obviously other games that I play personally. I play a lot of Star Citizen. I am currently waiting for my new Warthog HOTAS. I actually had a Warthog HOTAS from many years ago. The design of it is not changed in so long because it just works. It's a good mechanical piece of equipment. I actually broke my old one and I gave it to a friend. Where I think he bought it. I think he bought it for like 70 quid, under the pretense that he was going to pull it apart and fix it, which he did, and I know for a fact that he still uses it today. Unfortunately, they've become in short supply, like everything else on planet Earth at the moment, especially anything that is a sort of electronic components or goods. And it got jacked up in price as well, which was amazing. So I'm kind of waiting for that, because even though I learned to play games like Star Citizen on a mouse and keyboard, having a HOTAS setup it's just a bit more immersive, it's a bit more fun. I find it a lot easier to use. I've even got Flight Simulator on this computer, the Flight Sim 2020, and I've not been able to use it because I don't have a HOTAS. So it's kind of just sitting there in the background waiting to get played. And every time I go onto Steam, it's like, Flight Simulator, you have played 0.45 hours. I was like, yeah, can't do much without it. It's like a game like iRacing. You can't play iRacing on a controller or with a mouse and keyboard. You have to use steering wheel. So yeah, games like that are just sort of sitting in the background and I can't really use them, and it's games that I really enjoy. So yeah, that's pretty much it going forward. We'll be back on this map, as I said, and we'll do the nighttime skybox one. It's really cool. I hope you guys enjoy it. It's not going to be as dark as the previous nighttime mod that we did way back at the end of the last Transport Fever series. It should be a bit better. But there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed your Christmas holidays, and I hope you're having a really nice Boxing Day. Some people might be out and about, other people just like shopping and getting the Boxing Day sales, and others just like to have a relax after a hectic Christmas period and Christmas Day. So whatever one you are doing, I wish you well. And as always, I've been Dannyman. This has been Transport Fever 2, and I will, in fact, I'll come outside the train. There you go. The shadows are a bit weird in this, but apart from that, it's pretty awesome. But yeah, I've been Dannyman. This has been Transport Fever 2, and I will catch you later.